Joel on True, and welcome everyone. This is Aravic Sonder, and today I wanted to do a follow-up video from my last one about the Star Trek The Next Generation Inaugural Edition trading cards. Today we're going to look at the first series of Next Generation cards that were released in 1991 for the 25th anniversary of Star Trek. They're also by Impel, and they made two sets, one for the Next Generation and one for the original series. However, today we're going to look at the Next Generation. So, as you can see here, they start out with the actual actors cards: Patrick Stewart, Jonathan Frakes, Brent Spiner, Gates McFadden, LeVar Burton, Michael Dorn, and let's take a look at what they look at in the back. So generally, they just talk about each actor's career. It says here, in addition to playing Captain Jean-Luc Picard, Patrick Stewart is considered one of the most accomplished actors in Great Britain. And then it goes on to tell a little bit more about his acting career, where he was born: Mirfield, UK. And then here there's a little 25th anniversary logo. And pretty much each one of these cards looks the same in the back. They just give a description. There aren't too many more pictures or things like that. And you could probably tell that there's one actor missing here, Marina Sirtis, but I do have a card that I'm going to show you with her on it for a special reason. You'll see later. So moving on, there we have the Enterprise herself. Then they start talking about the actual characters. So we have Jean-Luc Picard, Commander Riker, Data, Dr. Crusher, Geordi, Dr. Pulaski, Kalar. Next we have some some alien cards. The Romulans, the Borg, the Ferengi. We even have Armus and Portasha there. And these alien cards basically just describe each alien race with a brief description in the back. So here we have the Romulans, saying that the Romulan Empire is an offshoot of the Vulcans, having separated from the main civilization prior to the Vulcan discovery of logic and peace as a primary way of life. Goes on to say a little bit more about the Romulans. There's a nice Romulan warbird here. Very cool. Goes on to talk about some of the relationships that the crew have. For example, we have Picard and Data. We have Picard and Riker. We have Riker and Geordi. We have Picard and Wesley. We also have Picard and Dr. Crusher. There's a card talking about Riker and Data, one about Riker and Troy. Moving on, we have some other cards that talk about things such as the Prime Directive, the mission continues, the continuing voyages. Here's a card that talks about Gene Roddenberry and the crew. One of the criticisms about TNG was that the Enterprise D was a place for families, and it talks about that here on this card. We have some technical cards. the main aft stations, a card talking about warp drive. There's Geordi and Worf at the main bridge forward stations. We have a card about 10 forward, there with Data and Guinan. Pretty cool. The battle section. Another cool thing about this collection is that some of the cards include the DC comic series. Here's one card about a comic number 3 called Trapped. There's another comic called The Gift. And The Weapon. There were also some cards that talked about some of the Star Trek novels. Here's a novel called Doomsday World. Another one called Exile. Alright, moving along, we have some cards that talk about individual episodes. The Naked Now from Season 1. 11001001, also from Season 1. The Battle. The Last Outpost. And several more episodes. Looks like most of these are from Season 1. There's Hide and Q, Where No One Has Gone Before. Okay, here we're getting into Season 2 with the Most Toys, the Royale, the Schizoid Man. Now I do have a card here. There's Manhunt. I do have a card here about the episode called The Child. And earlier I mentioned that I was missing in the actors section Marina Sirtis. However, I do have a card from the episode The Child, and you can see it here. And I was fortunate enough in the 90s to go to a convention, and she was gracious enough to sign my card of The Child. So what I do is I keep that card up in front with the rest of the crew, the rest of the actors, since I am missing Marina Sirtis. But I thought that was pretty cool. This one kind of makes up for it. Alright, that's pretty much these first edition Impel Next Generation cards that were made for the 25th anniversary. And now, as a kind of a bonus, I wanted to show you my short collection of the Skybox Playmates trading cards. Now, some of you collected Playmates figures from 1993 to 2000. Here I have an example of a figure of Captain Sisko in dress uniform. And as you can see, it comes with a trading card. So there's a Star Trek Deep Space Nine Space Caps trading card. These look a little different because they're from Deep Space Nine. But what I wanted to share with you today is my collection of the Next Generation Playmates cards. So each figure came with one of these cards, and we'll take a look at Captain Jean-Luc Picard. They're pretty neat looking. The back is also pretty cool. We have a Starfleet personnel record database, which tells each character's rank, species, and assigned vessel. Then it goes on to describe a short bio of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Born in La Berre, France in the year 2305, Picard graduated from Starfleet Academy in 2327. And as you can see, these are made by Playmates because they came with the figures and Skybox. Pretty neat. We also have Lieutenant Commander Data, Lieutenant Geordi LaForge, Dr. Crusher, Counselor Deanna Troy, Cadet Wesley Crusher, and Captain Montgomery Scott. There's Admiral Leonard H. McCoy, as he appeared on The Next Generation. I believe it was Encounter at Farpoint, the first episode. We have some secondary characters. Of course, Ambassador Spock is not secondary, but he was the ambassador in Star Trek The Next Generation. Here we have the Benzite, Captain Dathon, Ambassador Kalar. There's a neat card with the Q and little Cutis. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that video about my collection of the first edition Impel Star Trek The Next Generation trading cards. I'm thinking about doing videos about some collectibles next. Here I have a tricorder from Playmates, and I might do some videos about some of my older magazine collections, such as here I have the Star Trek Generations magazine, which is very cool inside, and here's an old time magazine about Star Trek, the passion that drives the Enterprise. So let me know in the comments if you're interested in these kinds of videos so I can go ahead and make them. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy these. And if you would like to, you can check out my previous video about the inaugural edition TNG cards. These ones here, I did a video about those before this one. So, thanks for joining me today. Everyone have a great day and live long and prosper.